Hi! Been a while since I played this game, a little over a month. Well, yeah, about a month and a half. But yeah, I'm sorry to those of you who are enjoying this, but if you hadn't been keeping up with my posts, my computer broke about a month and a half ago. The power supply decided to go kaput. So, in that time I've been waiting for my new computer to come in. Basically, a lot of the parts took a while to get in, but eventually we got there and it finally came in yesterday. And during that day I was spending most of that time trying to set the computer up and back up all the files that I had and, you know, all the boring stuff. But anyway, finally get to be back in our Wonderland. Man, did I need that break though, cause holy fuck, that last arc and the beginning of Arc 5 fucking destroyed me. But as soul-crushing and how torn my heart is from this game so far, I have not been able to stop thinking about it, and I want to come back to this so badly. I want to find out what was going on, and how we are back here, and I'm probably going to regret saying all that, because I get the feeling this last arc is gonna be so much worse. But yeah, I had actually recorded a little bit before my computer died. I had basically gone through the initial part of arriving in Wonderland and then part of Gidget's area before my computer died, but I couldn't get around to rendering these parts. But yeah, that's why with this main menu screen, because initially when I started this up, before I made the progress, all the characters except for Iggy had been filled in. So yeah, because we've gone through with Genzo here, he has been filled in, and now I'm assuming once I get Gidget's area done, she'll be filled in, and then Orlum, and then Buck. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna probably let past me get back into the game for this particular part, and then for the next part we'll pretty much be up to speed with what I've already played, and then we'll just continue on from there. So, yeah, back into getting... yeah. Back into getting our hearts destroyed and many more deaths and just feeling like utter crap. Icky. Something crunching below me. Itchy talking clump of something, all jutting into my spine like a lumpy pillow filled with beans. Iggy. Damn, I'm so tired. I feel like they got two great big rocks perched on them. Those feel like lead. Locally placed lead, but lead all the same. Can I get 5 more minutes? Maybe if I sleep long enough, wake up, this will turn out to be some grisly trauma-inducing nightmare. Yeah, nightmare. Eyebrows hurry even in my lethargic half-sleep. Nightmare I can't seem to fucking wake up from. No magical prince to kiss me and make this all go away. Speaking of... fuck, Iggs. You're not dead, are you? Wait a minute. Oh, hi. I snap open. I don't focus instantly on Genzo. Well, the toys aren't looking too good, along with the house. Yeah, this is definitely strange. Everything seems to be deteriorating now. So it's as if it's finally caught up to our time, instead of having still been left untouched since we were kids. It's now, yeah, kind of fast forward to our time. Currently about 5 centimeters away from my face, and staring so intently he might as well be trying to bore holes through my skull. I blanch. Enzo blanches. Everybody blanches. It pulls back with a start. Crosses into his hand. Oh good. You were, out for a lot longer than normal. At least, like, longer than I remembered you ever being. Not that you pass out often. Just meant, like, here. Like, every time you've fallen down this godforsaken root chute. Pulls his hat off his head. Rolls it between his fingers. Thought you might have, brought the proverbial farm on me there for a second. Hopefully he sells laugh. God damn, I'm not about to go through this whole Halloween special of HR fucking stuff myself. Bring it part to my forehead. Squeeze my eyes shut and open. Then look around. This is not what I'd been expecting. Down so fast I nearly stumbled forward. Knees quivering like chili. What happened here? Finally managed to croak. Gonna seems to relax some. Another side crease in his forehead at least disappears. Tucks the cap over his curls. Yeah, someone really went to town here, huh? Fucking postal. Cottage was not really. Not anymore. Half burned to the ground around us. Barely could be called a place or residence, let alone a cozy domicile. Oh, look, sounds like we got a little arson on our hands. Once sweet and cheery walls are now ashen and charred. Our furniture still remains as busted in half or chopped into scraps. And the roof. There is no roof. Stare up at the greenish grey sky, so curling in on itself as wind whistles through the blistered holes, and all to play with my hair. So I'm mad we didn't share the cookies, maybe? Izzo kicks at the broken bowl, lying in the sort near his foot. I'm wondering if this is maybe Buck's doing, because it's the two of us are remembering everything. Potentially Gidget and all of them are remembering everything. It's safe to assume that Bucks is also remembering everything. So, I would say it's safe to assume that she didn't want us coming back. So she thought, oh, if I destroy this little house, that's where we kind of spawn in, and that means it would maybe stop us from coming here and interrupting her, maybe? Don't respond to his attempt at a joke. Instead, turning my gaze to the pile of animals I'd just been laying in. Her pile is still there, a mangled mess of melted fur and plastic. Watching charcoal stains decorating what remains of their once woolly forms. I also realized that maybe it could have been Buck, but the tree as well, because it seems to have a mind of its own, that's for sure. I realized they've left streaky black stains all over my backside and quickly attempt to brush the chalk from my clothes. Hard to see things haven't become too fucked up beyond all reason after the great reveal. Wouldn't that be the shits, huh? Why would take a step out into the cottage proper, towards where the table used to be. Now all that remains is a circle on the floor, where it once stood. Surrounding wood was smeared with ash and grit. Why does anything that happens down here happen, Iggs? It's inexplicable. It's like craving for mayonnaise on pizza. I mean, that's a combination, I guess. Well, just to stop questioning it. Gather picks up one of the strewn chairs and gingerly places upright. It immediately collapses in on itself. But this has never happened before. Charles and apathetic persistent. Yeah, we never remembered what a fucky wucky little hellhole it is down here before either. What's your point? My miles drop. Anxious jitters in my gut have amplified 10 times, past while I was feeling back on the surface. Yes, part of me had expected some things to be different, but this is... Calm my arms around my chest, feeling the crushing weight start closing in on me from all sides. What if this was wrong? What if we should have run for the hills? Gone far the hell away from this place. By the time this time things will worsen. So much worse. Yeah, what happens is this is the end and we don't end up like the time loop ends here type of thing. Hard to imagine given everything that's already happened, but somehow not a single bit of me doubts that this place could make that happen. And we just walked straight back down here on our own volition. Close my eyes, clench them. Chest is growing tight, breath already shallow on my lips. A sudden touch on my shoulder jolts me back into reality. Jack back with a start. Hey, you okay? Genso. Turn back towards him, looking at him up and down. His face is taut with concern. Just anxious is all. Scratched furiously at the back of my neck. You have to be brain dead not to be. I laugh. When I don't return it, though, his smile falls. He blinks. Looks at the ground. And pops his head back up. Hey, did I say how the fuck long ago that I'd be logically sound tonight? So you got nothing to worry about. So Genzo the Gallant is back on duty. Does bring a twitch of a smile to my face. Aren't you missing a sword or something? What's the finger in the air? Gaze going skyward. It's at the shop. Yeah, I have to make do with the brawny bouquet of my strong manly arms for now. Flexed his arms upward. Bring a hair to my mouth to start. After a sudden snort of laughter. See Genzo's eyes soften in relief. I guess I can live with that. Wipe a spot of moisture out of the corner of my eye. Drop my gaze, leave only a bit shy. Thanks, Genzo. Grins widely. Hey, what a friend. Now stops. Coughs. Scratches beneath his cap. Finally clasps his hands together in overzealous jubilance. Anyway, let's vamoose this cauterized caboose before we all get lung cancer. And by we all, I mean you. You. Since it's too late for me anyway. I mean, that's a fair point with how many cigarettes she smoked this morning. Chunters his way towards the door with only slight trouble bypassing the battered bits of burnt brick along the way. Let's see just how fucked up the rest of McSpawnald's play place is, shall we? And what a name. Brings his hand to the doorknob. Twists. Only for the entire door to simply collapse in on itself at the touch. Left standing there with the slightly bronze knob still in his palm. He blinks. Looks upwards. Not how those things usually work, but okay. Feels like the whole thing could cave in on us at any second, muse as I wander over. Almost as if on cue, a piece of crispy rafter remnant drops to the floor just to my right. I give a start, practically jumping through the empty door frame and out onto the path. Jumpy much? Genzo chuckles and follows like a calm, rational human being. Give a nervous twitch and scratch at my arm, and turn my gaze to our surroundings. Outside, it doesn't look that different. Pink hued trees are still there. Softly curved path leading through them. A tussle of grassy foliage on either side of the pat de clay. But the sky, something's not quite right with the sky. Green and grey, choked with a sickly veil of clouds. The whole place has an eerie sense of stillness to it. Or silence. Calm. Kinda makes the hair on the back of my neck and arms stand out like porcupine quills. Wait a minute. Wasn't there supposed to be some kind of... A jolt? Memory slams its way to the forefront of my brain. I twist towards Genzo, grabbing his collar and pulling him up onto his toes. The rabbits! The who and the what now? The rabbits, where are they? They'll be here any second, and we're just standing out here like, confurtively scanning our environs, seeking out any sign of movement or stray rabbit spear ears, keen and listening for stomps. But there's nothing. I blink, heartbeat beating in my chest. The eerie calm continues. Gizzo brings his hand to my grip on his jacket, carefully extra tightening my fingers, with only a slight touch of pink on his cheeks. Judging by the state of our childhood glad pad, let's say they were already here. Looks back down on his heels and smooths down his front. Either way though, not sure how much we'll be able to rely on our collective brain stains from here on out. It's like a lot has changed down here. None of it for the better, I'm guessing. Bring a hand to my hair in the semi-awkward acceptance. He's right. It's always right, god damn it. My racing heart starts to slow and drop my hands with a sigh. I for a sudden rustle in nearby shrubs to send my heart leaping back up into my voice box. Take a stellar step back as a rabbit comes lurching out of the brush. Guess his arm comes out so fast it nearly slams straight to our ribs. You good? Seem a little slow moving. Shoves me backwards, going tense as the rabbit comes reeling towards us, breath laboured, stilted, snarling. We'll probably collapse into the ground right in front of us. We can only stare in confusion at the rabbit's prostrate form, tendrils of dust from his impact still painting the air. That's when I see the trail of blood. Leaking from the rabbit's leg, torn snow of red slicked fur, leaving a vivid stain on the strewn gravel. He is hurt? My head cocks almost instinctively. Feel curiosity start tugging my feet forward. Iggs, Kenzo hisses, snapping his arm back against my gut. Not too soon either. Because in the next second, a second rabbit leaps from the undergrowth and lands on top of the other rabbit, a blood-curdling shriek, digging its muzzle into the downed rabbit's neck with a squelch. Kenzo takes a shocked step backwards, sending me tripping over my feet. Then we watch. Watch as the rabbit feeds on his companion. Faces pale, eyes wide and warbling. Something eerily visceral about the sight. Fleshy rippled skin and muscle, squishy pulp of meat rent between molars. Feel my stomach flip and growing nausea. Hands reach instinctively towards Genzo's shoulders, fingers clawing the fabric. Rabbit suddenly stops. Seems to realize he's being watched, and raises his head. Genzo and I are both tense. Something off about him. Incredibly off. Gee, you haven't noticed before? Like, as if him eating one of his comrades wasn't enough to be able to tell you that something was wrong with him? Eyes skittish and wild, muscles jumping. Even his hair looks different, twisted and coiled, and of a sickly grey, almost as if the colour had been drained from its tufts. Yeah, this is definitely a different rabbit. More of a rabid rabbit. His head twitches, eyes narrowing, then widening. As crawling forward, ears flat and bloody clumps leaking down on his chin. Shit. Genzo backs up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps, taking me with him. But it's a futile effort. Growls, low, breathy thrum. then leaps. Genzo flies back into me, sending both of us tumbling to the ground. Rabbid goes sailing past us, only forward in the dirt a few feet away. Genzo wastes no time. Going to his feet and grasps my wrist, making me after him as he takes off towards the trees. Run, run, run! Don't have to be told twice, well, once even. I go careening after him, feet pounding the ground in time with my galloping heart. Into the trees, past the trees, around bark and twig and brush. Hear the rabbit give chase. Hear his snarls as though right in my ear. Thumping his feet against stumps as he tears up the forest behind us. I gasp out of breath, trying to focus on my legs. Keep them moving forward, powering forward. As ahead of me, Genzo ducks and dodges through the whizzing landscape of pink. Bursts into a clearing and he stops for a moment. Head spinning left, right. Long as a burner, let out a rugged cough. Notice the sounds behind us are gone. I blink, glance back. Jen? Rabbid bounces out of the thicket to our front, slamming into me and sending me flying. Back, back, back. Back until my spine cracks against a tree, ejecting the breath from me like a punctured air leg. Before I can so much as slide an inch down the bark, Rabbid's iron grip hands have my shoulders, pinning me against the wood. Head cracks back with a star-spiraling jolt. Yeah, hi. Yeah, wondering what the hell happened and why it turned so rabid all of a sudden. I mean, they were kind of fucked up before, but I think that was mostly because of Orlum, but this is just something different entirely. And by the time my vision clears, the rabbit's face is in mine, blood-soaked fur trembling against my chin. Cocks his head to one side, then the other. All the while, his yellow eyes take me in, roving up and down the length of my torso. Body trembles, heart fluttering. I barely hear my thoughts over its pounding. Try to swallow, but it gets caught in my throat. When he lowers his head towards my neck, I also give a panic jerk. Clench my eyes shut. Fuck, fuck, fuck. I wait for my attention to be stolen by a dull crack against the rabbit's armored shoulder. Hey, you big hulking fuck toy! Rabbid twists his head back to this new onslaught. I look past him to see Genzo with one hand on the hip and another tossing a stone up and down in the air. Yeah, I'm talking to you, you big furry lummox. Tosses the stone and it hits the rabbit right between the eyes. Rabbid lets out a perturbed squeak and snarls. Oh, growing Easter bunny, you got any brains out there, or is that marshmallow fluff? Genzo points to his head in emphatic derision. Cause last I checked, that one ass twig you're about ready to chow down on is nothing but skin and bones, bud. Rabbid loosens his grip on my shoulders, slide down to my feet with an ankle-jolting thud. Can't see a real meal when it's got its cock down the fuzzy-wuzzy little larynx. Ears. As he gives his stomach a satisfied pat. What, used to tiny roll dick? Is that it? Should've known old fuckboy'd whip you up good. Now I can see the rabbit's fur bristling. Low, breathy growl slithers out between his lips as he turns his whole body towards Genzo, ears fluttering against his head. Oh, that one hit a nerve, I see. A little too close to home there, am I? Or are you just that starved for something good for once? Rabbid starts inching towards him. Don't worry, I got plenty of meat to go around, and we won't make you wear a leash either. Oh, trust me, we know. Fortunately, we know. Oh, wait, don't tell me you like that. Brings a hand to his mouth in faint surprise. And laughs, lips twisting into an impish grin. Guess rabbits really do make good pets, huh? Well, I don't like that. Rabbit screams. Shrill a funny wail, so loud I had to slap my hands to my ears. He launches. Oh, shit. Ginzo's eyes go wide. Oh, Ginzo, what the fuck do you expect? You're taunting this damn thing. And he twists on his heels and bolts. Run, Eggs, run! Watch him go flying towards the other end of the clearing. Give my dash on instinct. He's stomping through the underbrush and steering me towards the trees. Then I hear a tussle, a thud, a surprised grunt. And look back, see the rabbit perched on Genzo's form, just beyond the line of trees. Okay, let's help Genzo. We'll see what happens when we actually die in this route, whether we can actually respawn or not, because, yeah, this arc is very different from the others, because, yeah, we remember all our deaths, but at least we could, redo. I get the feeling this is like our final loop type of thing. No. Stop in my tracks. Stare at the sight. This has happened before. It's happened way too many times before. Hands go to the front of my shirt, clutching at the fabric. My arms start shaking. Not again. Tears prick at the corners of my eyes. Can't do this without you, Jen. Feet moved before I even realized what's happening. Now I'm running forward, dashing forward, sprinting straight towards the giant back of that elephantine rabbit. Pretty well rips from my lungs as I fly and leap, straight onto the thing's distended back. Hit with an oomph, and scramble. Pull myself up towards its shoulders. He is searching for anything I can use to grip. And he is digging painfully into the smooth surface of its armor. Climb until I reach its head. Then do the only thing I can possibly think to do in such a situation. Grab its ears between my fingers. And yank. Rabbit gives an unsightly yelp. Tries to butt me off. Tries to reach up and grab me. Grab his ears. Grab anything. But I just wrench his ears harder, all the way back towards my knees. All pain squeaks. I feel his body twitch in pain. His hands grapple helplessly at his throat and shoulders, unable to reach me. Beneath us, Genzo watches in wide-eyed wonder, still splayed out on his back. His gain to it turns sharp. See him digging in his pocket and pulls out something shiny. Then stab. Screwdriver goes straight into the rabbit's exposed neck. Keep holding him, Miggs. 1 stab, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again and again, Genzo jabs the tip straight into the bloody mass of fur. Those specimens beneath me, nearly chucking me off. I hold it as fast as I can, whole weight going into my claw-like grip on his ears. Genzo keeps going, on and on. Blood's flying everywhere now. Painting his hand, his face, the grass below. Tie from the rabbit's arm is red with it. So bright and brilliant I can barely look at it. It scorches, like tugging a boot from waterlogged mud. Each jab spitting more and more goop across Genzo's fingers. The tip rips through more and more tissue, sinews and veins. God, what is it with that sound, ew? Genzo gives an almost desperate sounding bellow, then slams it in deep. Deeper than before. Buried all the way to the hilt and further. Still further. Grip tight as steel on the handle, and his hands practically invisible amongst the red-soaked fur. Then he holds it. Holds it as the rabbit chokes and gurgles and sputters. Holds it as the rabbit's body twitches and shivers and spasms. Even keeps holding it as the rabbit gives one final jerk before collapsing forward, slumped on top of him and slamming his head and back against the ground. This moment of silence. Complete and utter silence. Okay, well, that went way better than expected. I thought we were gonna die, but I guess not. Okay, just going back slightly, because I still want to see what happens if we keep running. I have to keep running. I have to... because I can't handle self. Rabbid gives both of us, we're through. So I have to bite down on my tongue hard. But will my legs keep moving, even as my head twists with a painful jerk inside my chest? Don't stop, Iggy. Don't think, Iggy. Just move. Move. Go streaking through the trees and the brush. Sprinting until I can't tell left from right, up from down. Past tree after tree. Deeper and deeper into the woods. Surrounded by pink and shadow and a shameful veil of guilt. Don't stop until my legs begin to give out beneath me. They finally start to slow. Lungs are burning. Can't hold back the cough that leaps to my lips as I limp towards the nearest tree, fingers clutching the bark. Bend over, coughing and hacking. Dots dancing in front of my eyes as I struggle to pull oxygen through my constricted larynx and into my lungs. Copper taste of blood fills my mouth. For a moment, I just let myself lean against the tree, forehead against my arm. I breathe. Just breathe. Breathe. Finally, the world stops spinning around me. Feel my breath, my heart begin to normalize. I put the cold sweat slick across my forehead, right myself with a stagger. Look around me for the first time. Where am I? Pinpricks of apprehension run up and down my arms as I take in my surroundings. I'm deep, deep in the woods now. So deep I can barely see the sky overhead. Where do I go? Pinpricks are turning into icy jabs now. Couple arms around my chest to start forward, unsure, hesitant. Can't even tell the direction I came from anymore, let alone the direction I should go. Where should I go? Tears begin to sting in the corners of my eyes. I'm alone. Curl in on myself tighter. I should have stayed with Genzo. How could I have abandoned him? Images of Genzo still torn apart fill my mind. Strangled gasp of shame, remorse. What the fuck is wrong with me? How could I have been so selfish? So unthinking. Now Genzo is probably dead because of me. I set my hands to my forehead in increasingly violent thwaps. The point of my head begins to ache. Till a sudden rustle movement to my left makes me stop in my tracks. I twist around. But there's nothing there. I stand perfectly still, just watching a patch of brush. Another rustle. This time to my right. Spin back around, heart beating out of my chest. Again, nothing. Fuck. I clench my fingers in my hair, panic rising up in my throat. That's when the shriek comes. Pierces the air, pierces my eardrums, possibly high and impossibly loud. Brushes all around me are shaking now. Shaking and writhing and quaking. More shrieks. From every direction. Slam my hands to my ears, aim my own screen to the mix. Then run. Make it about 5 steps. For lightning fast speed, I release the brushes in front of me. Fuck. Time before I even had a chance to think about it. Sliding, twisting on my heels. Going back around. There's another one behind me. More and more of them. Emerging from the bushes. Smell is heavy on the air. Fuck. Back up. Back. Only for one behind me to leap. knocking me to the ground with a heavy thud that knocks the wind out of me. No. I scramble, and I'm shooting out instinctively in an attempt to wrest myself away. But it's too late. I pin to the ground. I stare up at them. Stare up at the gathering swarm of hungry rabbits. All I can think about is Genso. Sorry, Genso. Close my eyes. Suck at my breath. That's when they lunge. Teeth plunging into my neck, into my chest, into my arms. Gouging into me. Tearing into me. Ripping at my skin. Muscle yanking it from my bone. Blood choking my throat. Spinning up and around. Out across the grass. Feel all this for about 10 agonizing seconds. I won't abandon you. Next time. Then I black out. That was an unfortunate end, but yeah. I'm wondering if that was the same forest we got in by the tomato people. If so, then guess we come full circle. Fortunately, you were in, but you'll make a better choice next time, won't you? Okay, yeah, and then we can actually, start from the last choice. Good. Oh. Okay, yeah. Wait a minute. How am I doing? No choice to make here. Know exactly what will happen if I run. I only have one option. That's right. I'm abandoning him this time. Saying us both. I'm gonna go down trying. Yeah, my feet move before I realize what's happening. And yeah, I'll skip all this till we get to the part we got up to before. Okay, we're back. The two of us just laying there with the rabbit corpse between us, growing pool of blood soaking Genzo's jacket. I blink and look down at him over the rabbit's shoulder. He returns to gaze in what looks like a half-dazed shock, or promptly grinning. Same stupid shit-eating cavalier grin he shot me so many times before. Next, the bloody screwdriver out of the rabbit's neck with a spray of blood. Ew. Never leave the workshop without it. On my eyes, before I feel a wave of relief wash over me all the same. We did it. Not sure how, but we did it. At least the tension shudder runs out the base of my spine, to the top of my skull, making the tips of my hair tremble. Can we get this 2-ton tin can off of me though, maybe? Didn't even making me shit my own guts out of the grass. Shows the way torso keeping him pinned. Oh, right. Both cracks unbecomingly as I roll off to the side. Two of us make for a sorry sight, push ourselves back to our feet. Hair amused, clothes amused, and slightly red stains streaked across skin and soaked into fabric. Genzo scratches beneath his cap and looks around. Feeling good, breath slowly returning to normal. Follow his gaze. You think there's more of them? Oh, there's definitely more of them. We found that out, unfortunately. Where murder rabbits go, more murder rabbits follow, or something like that. I scratch anxiously at my arm. Not sure I'm ready to take on another one of those things again so soon. Or ever, to be honest. Shall we keep moving then? This whole fucking forest to give me a plus-sized case of willies. Yeah. Almost as if on cue, a screech rips through the air. Shrill and hoarse and loud. So fucking loud. When I shoot my gaze skyward, see a whole parcel of birds taking off into the sky. Shit. Genzo spins on his heels, face turning white. Another screech. Another. all around us now. Such force it feels like the very air is quivering. Head screams with it. With my hands to my ears, eyes slamming shut. Make it stop. Make it stop. But it doesn't stop. And just when I realized I'd screamed with it, eyes are nearly jerked from their sockets. Eyes pop open through the hazy film of moistness. See Genzo pulling me. I gasp, stumble, tend to fall a step behind him. Fingers clamped tight around my wrist. Running again. At the very forest, as the very forest feels like it's opening up around us. Trees pass by in flashes dark and pink. I keep my gaze focused straight ahead. I saw Genzo's hat, bright and vivid, moved through my panic. I can still sense them around us. Still see flashes of grey differ through the surrounding darkness. All around us. Peek through the branches and brush on to either side. Especially shuddered gasp and clench my eyes shut, willing my focus to my aching legs. Just keep running. Just keep running. Just the woman right next to me. With my eyes just in time to see a rabbit come careening towards me. Genzo must have seen it first, because he gives my wrist an extra forceful tug, taking me a few steps forward and out of the way. Rabbit goes sailing behind me, back into the trees on our other side. God, fuck. Genzo shoots me a look of sheer panic. Back to the front, just in time to dart left on an incoming crop of bushes. Burst out of them. We send us flying out into the forest proper. We tumble forward, only dropping to our knees atop the gravel path. Where? The river. Reach the river. Seeing it in my head as though it were yesterday. Calm and serene as it reflects the golden hue of the sky. Cool as we water into it to wash off the... Another screech from behind as behind us cuts off my thought. Then we're moving forward again, barreling down the path. They were flying beside us as we whipped past tree after tree. That's when I spot it. Up ahead. An all too familiar slab of pink. Genzo, the tongue. That's the goal. What? A squawk, voice rising about 2 octaves. His brothers won't touch it, remember. And I'm sure she'd rather take my chances with the fucking eyeball from hell than an entire army of Here Comes Easter Cottontail. Or otherwise, if they do, the eyeball is about to have a good feast. As I have to emphasize this point, another ear-grating shriek cuts through the air. Not sure if I can argue with him at this point, or if I'd want to. Much of my paws clench at the thought of that hulking pink lump of meat. Race the slimy appendage in question, just as doughy and vile as I remember it. It bisects the path like a giant slug. Genzo doesn't even pause. Launches me forward before I have a chance to protest, again climbing and up after me. Follow suit, till us clambering up and onto the porous surface as it buckles and weeps beneath us. And look back, turn just in time to see 3, 4, 5 rabbits break clear of the trees and come speeding down the path after us. I watch, narrow my eyes. Genzo? What? Pushing himself to his feet with a wobble. With a shaky finger in the direction we come. They're not stopping. Indeed, they haven't slowed down a bit since emerging from the forest. In fact, they almost seem to be going faster. I'm sure they'll turns to look, blanches, takes a step back. Then, in a voice so hushed I almost wouldn't recognize it for his. Icky, run. I turn and look at and book it. I take 2 steps across the buoyant surface before falling flat on my face. Genzo follows suit 2 steps later. But we somehow managed to keep crawling forward. Follows us forward, doing everything possible to keep moving. Lungs feel like they're on fire. Honestly, legs screaming at me. Barely restrained panic, numbing my lips and tongue. turns a confused glance at the cliff face, expecting to see our old friend, but it's gone. No, not gone. Oh, interesting. Destroyed. Basically, I decorate the rock. I can't solidify the egg with white splat against the wall. Well, at least we won't have to worry about him. Wonder what the fuck killed him then. Within the mudden mass, I can make out what looks like shredded bits of viscera and muscle. Been ripped apart. Shake back a gasp and jerk my gaze forward. Tongue wobbles and ripples beneath us. I realize with a start that Rabbid must have reached it. They're on top. They're coming. More shrieks. It's time from the direction of the cliff. So I panic glanced upwards to see more Rabbid ears appear atop the cliff. I notice growling and snarling and climbing down the rock like spiders. Where are they coming from? They're everywhere. Fuck. Tend to stumbling leap to get myself moving faster, but only sends me face first into the swollen mass of pink. Come on, eggs. Not watching you get eaten alive by homicidal rabbits. Guess it has reached the end. See him roll off and back onto the solid ground with a little huff. Tears of frustration prickling my eyes. I will shrink back into my arms. Must go faster. This isn't enough for Gensu. Takes one look at me, look at the rabbits, and probably grabs my arms and yanks me the rest of the way off the surface of the tongue. I go flying. No attempt to stick out my hands out doesn't help. I land hard on my chin in the dirt, bouncing rolling a few feet away with a subsequent crack to my skull. Gensu is back on me in a flash, tugging at my collar in an attempt to get me up and moving. Come on. I can hear the panic frustration in his voice. I'm trying. I crawl forward to my feet. Growing pain radiates out of my jaw to vibrate against my brain. But when I bring my hand to my chin, he has come away speckled with blood. The boat. Gotta get to the fucking boat. Boat? He's spinning now. Vision hazy as I lumber out there against his form. See him just a wildly ahead. That's when I see it. Ah, yes, of course. The boat. The boat. All at once, an overwhelming sense of dread washes over my entire body. Memories of something horrible I can't quite explain, but definitely there. And definitely tangible. Definitely screaming loudly. Quite loudly from the back of my brain. Oh, it's gonna be better than dealing with these fuckers, so we'll deal with it when we get to it. But, Gensu, if we don't get on that fucking boat, we're gonna die. Sheer intensity of his voice is enough to stop me short. Enough to snap the cloud from my head. I say nothing more, following in hurried step behind him as we go speeding towards the dock. Still hear the stars behind us. Still coming. And gaining on us most likely, but I don't dare look. Don't allow myself to look anywhere beside Gensu's back. As we alight the wooden stairs of the pier, if I spy the remnants of one sprightly flower in my peripheral vision, white petals lying shredded disarray on the ground. I was wondering what was going to happen. If the flower's going to be there, and God, everything seems to be dead in our tracks, except for the rabbits behind us. Get to the boat. Balls of the dog shudder beneath my feet. They're here. Gensu. Jump, Eggs! Jump! See Eggs go flying. Lands on the back of the boat with a rough tumble. Also, it sends the boat drifting away from the dock. And I come to a shrieking halt at the end of the pier, just watching as the gap between the boat and the plank grows larger and larger. Gensu lurches to his feet, looks up in horror. What the fuck are you doing? Pushes his fingers to his cap. It's too far. Ignatius Mackerel, you jump on the boat right fucking now. For a glance behind me. 8, 9, 10 rabbits. Running towards the dock. Screaming down the pier. Air freezes in my lung for a moment. Forget how to breathe. How to think. They'll be on me in a second. Turn back. Oh. Iggy, this is not a choice you... Would you please fucking jump? Thank you, Genzo. Okay, I was about to go. Oh great, we're gonna get another death scene in a moment. Genzo has his arms outstretched. His face is deathly shed of white. He's right. Fuck, he's right. I've gotta do it. Gotta do it or I'm dead. Clench my eyes shut. Take a deep breath. Then... jump. Seems to last forever. Almost as though I'm suspended in air. Then, all at once, time seems to speed up. And I'm flying, flying, flying. I missed the boat by a good foot. Plunging instead straight into the water. Fuck. Hadn't been prepared for this. And I gasped in surprise. Water invading my mouth, my throat, my nose. I sputter. Throw my arms out. Fell desperately with the sloshing froth. Boat. Where's the boat? Grapple for a while. Or the white wall. Fingers slick against the surface. As her hands finds my shirt. Genzo's fingers clench into the fabric as he tugs me up and out of the water. Thank you, Genzo, and your strong arms. Most like a fish on a hook, still choking and clawing at the air, clawing at him. Yeah, and those hands... yeah, those hands aren't just good for hogging, which is good. Somehow succeeds in, despite my panic flapping, to drag me over the side and into the boat proper. Go down with a wet slap on the deck. Takes me a moment to stop flailing. Genzo just tugs me in close, arm around my midsection, his heart beating a mile a minute through his jacket. I start to calm, slower, slower. Muscles relax, body going slack in his arms. Then I just sit there and breathe. Go fucking. Let the air whistle between my teeth with each breath. Arms and legs feel like jelly, wet sloppy noodles laying inert on the floorboards. Genzo glances up at the receding dock. Lined with rabbits now, all of them just standing there, hissing and snarling. Occasional shriek with still biting the air. But we're safe. Floating, sailing away, away, away. Aside from behind me, Genzo looks skyward with an exasperated groan. You could stop giving me a heart attack every 5 seconds, that'd be great. Thanks. Try to think of something witty to say in response. Hell, try to think of anything to say in response. Head's still too much of a jumble to form proper speech. Instead, I just let out a little bleh and stick out my tongue. Attractive, Genzo replies. But I can hear the smile in his voice. Man, what a wild start to this arc. Jesus Christ. Once we gather our wits somewhat, we clean ourselves up. Chilling on the boat though, particularly in my wet clothes. I sit shivering on top one of the benches as we drift along until Genzo notices and gives me his jacket. Now perhaps gives isn't the right word, given the way he forces it on me, despite my protests. He grumbles something about not letting me fucking freeze to death. Yanks his hat down around my curls. Aw. It's nice though, warm. She would stop almost immediately as I curl up inside the padded fabric. I feel like a marshmallow. Oh my god, look at him, he's so cute with these. Oh my god, that is so adorable, I love it. That's so cute. He takes the bench across the aisle. Watch him in half interest as he lights up a cigarette, brings it to his lips. Sight sparks a memory in the back of my mind. Sitting here just like this, watching the smoke marble in the air, backdropped by a sea of pink trees. How many times have we done this now? Too many times to count. Blink just a bit too hard and turn away, dead burying my face inside the collar of Genzo's jacket. It smells like him. Think the others are here just like doing their normal thing? Genzo finally asks. I get the feeling maybe not. Considering everything we've seen up until this point, I get the feeling things are going to be very, very different than the last few times we've been down here. His tone is light, and there's something careful about the words. I don't know. Stare down at my hand, opening and closing my fingers in curious wonderment. I mean, it's weird, right? They remember too, then why would they come back, you know? After everything that's happened. We came back. Genzo blinks at this. Cringes. Yeah, I suppose. Takes a long, slow draw of his cigarette. Nostrils flaring. Turn my gaze towards the sky, waiting a few moments before continuing. Think something's wrong. Think they might be in trouble. Why else would things be so weird down here? As if weird isn't part of the course in this fucking place. Genzo laughs. True, for my brows. I just mean more than usual. Yeah, these rabbits definitely haven't been that homicidal. Genzo remembers in non-committal acknowledgement. Don't know what he means by it, but I don't ask. Instead, drop my gaze to my shoes. Now that we're out of immediate danger, memory thought dread are beginning to reform themselves in the corners of my mind. What are they doing? Are they okay? They're trying to figure things out just like us. Though not sure how those fuckers could get any worse than they already fucking are. Why do I have a feeling that that's not going to be the case? He gets a mumble through his cigarette. Glance up. Genzo shooting daggers at the floorboards. I was caught in indignant rumination. Cigarette bouncing again, up, down. Sight makes me wince. Nagging feeling of guilt tickling the base of my spine. I did try. Genzo's head pops up. I feel his eyes on me. To help everyone. Pause. To be what they needed. Taking it low into the collar of Genzo's jacket. To make them happy. The fuck? Right on the remark catches me off guard. I jerk my gaze upwards to see Genzo just staring at me. What did I say? Did I say something wrong? Clasp and unclasp my hand between my thighs. What the fuck? What? I finally ask. Since when was that your responsibility? Genzo flicks his finished cigarette to the ground and stomps it out with his toe. That's... well... tongue feels all of a sudden extremely dry. I hadn't really thought about it before. Hey... they need me? Oh yeah? Why do they need you? That's... pull at my collar. Because it's my fault. What's your fault? Comfortable panic is rising up in my chest. My hands are increasingly violent flourishes. Nothing comes out of my mouth. I try. I was clenching and unclenching. And finally, everything pulls out like a little hiccup, trembling on my lips. With it, feel the heat form on my face, neck, behind my eyes. It was already constricting. Tears are coming. Because I can't even have a normal conversation like a normal human being. Everything is my fault. And it goes blurry as the water fills my eyes. I wanted to make everyone happy, but I couldn't. Instead, I just ruined their lives. Ruined your life. I can't do anything right. Can't be there for people. Can't say the right thing. Can't be what people need me to be. I try, but all I ever do is make things worse. My hands to my temples, fingers digging into the fabric against his hat, my scalp. Hard my head begins to pound. Genzo just stares at me. Look I've never seen before in his face. I know what's wrong with me. Got my arms around my chest with a shiver. Genzo cocks his head to the side, blinks, reaches forward and yanks the side of my hat down practically to my chin. There's a little waterlog there, cause you're not making any fucking sense. How are you going on about ruining people's lives? Have you ruined anyone's life, huh? It's true. I try to wrestle my hands away. Everyone would be better off without me. I spark something in Genzo, cause without missing a beat, he brings the palm of his hand straight across my jaw. Ow! You don't need to fucking slap me, Genzo. Sit there in silence for a moment, stunned. When Genzo speaks next, his voice is strained, trembling. Don't you fucking say that. Do you hear me? The next finger comes out, quivering just in front of my nose. Grow small, so small. I had to keep curling in on myself. Shame dapples my cheeks. Are you even fucking listening to yourself, Iggs? Why would you say something like that? I'm shaking now. When I look up, tears are running freely down my cheeks. The accident. It was my fault. If you hadn't. Genzo's face goes blank. His jaw's tight. And then I abandoned you. Left you all alone. Your best friend. And then I choked hiccup. I was just so scared and confused. I didn't know what to do. He gets his lip twitch, tremble. Brings a hand to his hair. Clenches his fingers in his curls. Looks up at the sky. His eyes strained and his bottom lip clamped beneath his teeth. Iggs. Whistles low and hoarse and crackles beneath his breath. Iggs, it's okay. I was scared too. I was scared most of high school, to be honest. Terrified, more like. Tiny smirk. What else do you think? I was so fucking insufferable? Just a squat in front of me. I was curling atop my knees. That's not your fault. None of what happened is your fault. It's no one's fault. It's the shitty fucking thing that happened. And don't look up to me, his gaze. Holds my chin up with the side of his index finger. Look everywhere but his eyes. He, however, just cracks a grin. Neither one of us had any idea what the fuck was going on with ourselves. What do you expect? Fucking smell is too contagious, and the corners of my mouth tugging upwards in spite of myself. Yeah, I guess. Iggs. Genzo lets out another sigh. We all make mistakes here. Some admittedly bigger than others, but certainly nothing life-ruining, yeah? Sure as fuck not your responsibility to fix anyone else's life. Not that you ever could. They've all gotta work their shit out for themselves. There's a finger on my chest, giving it a little tap. Give yourself a bit too much credit, maybe, eh? Ruining people's lives? I haven't ruined anyone's life anymore. I ruined my pops. Despite how long it took me to accept that. Brings his hands to his side of my head, forcing me to look straight into his eyes. Are you sure? And you sure as fuck haven't ruined my life, you hear me? So just get that fucking thought out of your head. I was gazed for about 5 seconds before I had to turn away. Burns too much. Fortunately, Genzo doesn't force it any longer. Rocks back on his heels with a little wobble, arms balanced on his knees. Damn, things got all tense there for a second, didn't they? Sorry about that. Shake my head softly. No, it's okay. He just squeezes his eyes shut, opens them. You mean a lot to a lot of people. Pause. See him bite down on his lip. Wince. Then, you mean a lot to me. One returns to my cheeks. This time it's not shame, not discomfort, not emotional panic. I clasp my hands together, staring down at my fingers. Guess you kinda know that already though. After everything, I mean. Don't know how to respond, but I don't say anything. Genzo continues. But that doesn't mean you owe me anything. Don't owe anyone anything, Iggs. So just promise me that no matter what happens, make your own decision, yeah? For yourself, not for anyone else. My own decision. What do you want, Iggy? Scratched beneath my cap, going against my puffy tear-weary eyes. What do you wish for more than anything else in the whole world? And my gaze turned hazy as I stare off into the far trees, playing idly with my hands in my lap. Feel the boat rise and fall with the current. On and on, just going with the flow. Can I snap his fingers in front of my face and give a start? Oh, Diggy, you still with me, bud? Yeah, sorry. Must have been staring off longer than I realized. He pushes himself back up to his feet with a grunt. Anyway, that's enough awkward talk for today, yeah? I laugh. He meshes his cap into my curls with a few static-inducing twists. Just remember we're all in this together. 5 of us started this mess, 5 of us are gonna fix this mess. Something, lose, stick together, and all that. Yeah. Slapping my tears strewn cheeks with my palms. Not sure how much I can believe his words, how much I can allow myself to believe, but I do feel somehow lighter. Like one of the many giant padlocks holding me down has just come undone and dropped to the floor. Genzo stretches his arms over his head and wander away towards the front of the boat. Pauses to check out the helm, hands shifting left and right and left again. Looks so short next to the big wheel that I almost laugh. What do I want? Let my gaze soften, just staring at him. Maybe blink, look away, sigh, and simply let myself settle back down into the warm folds of his jacket, just breathing it in. My own cocoon. What the fuck? Will snap me back to attention. When I turn my gaze to him, see him staring out across the water in front of the boat. Uh-oh. Here we go. What is it? Something wrong with the water. Is something wrong with the water with my fucking eyes on frets again? Let me guess. The, collector, whatever his name is dead. I guess he would be getting that revenge from the last arc where we kinda scared him off. Concerned, I trundle over, taking in our position with a quick glance at our surroundings. Further along than I expected would be, reaching an all too familiar curve too. I was so momentarily distracted by the lack of any signage on the shore, when I gazed back to the water. Where? Didn't see how fucking dark it looks up there? I squint, gazing out across the choppy surface. Don't see anything at first. Then, oh, how about Mary Mother in Heaven, great galloping sassafras? Hell, I even take fuck me with a wooden spoon. I'm sure you'd like that, Genzo. Genzo waves his arm in half-panic exasperation. Water is indeed darker. Not just darker, black. Like all spreading across the surface. Lean over the railing to take a better look as we approach. That's definitely never happened before, right? Tell me that's never fucking happened before. Pretty sure not. Watch the boat begin cutting its way through the black satin. Nothing happens at first. Sees as much water as the surrounding river. Then, this boat slowly, ever so slightly, though requiring more effort to continue its forward momentum. It's getting darker now. Darker and thicker. Slapping against the sides of the boat as we push our way through. The smell. Can't quite place it, like copper or rust. With a slightly burning afterwhirth. It gets more and more overpowering the further we sail, to the point that I had to cover my nose. I'm getting a little fucking concerned here. Genzo leans down, his index finger stretched towards the goopy liquid. No, don't. Words come out of my mouth as if on instinct. I swore to slap his hand away. What the f... But he doesn't finish the expletive. Because now we're both staring down at the bottom of the boat. On contact between wood and water. It's sizzling. Shit. Genzo's face goes grey. And I back out from the edge in 1, 2, 3 giant steps. Hands to my mouth. Burning smell. Stronger now. Much stronger. A wisp of smoke drifted up and over the railing. What's this stuff? Acid? Genzo rubs his forehead harder and harder. Boat gives a shudder jerk that nearly sends both of us to the deck. I throw an anxious glance back at the water wheel, currently chugging behind us. Thick heavy globs of black muck are dripping off its slates. Foaming chunks of wood are already starting to crumble and fall, almost like cookie bits left in milk too long. Tide wheel is slowly becoming engulfed in an increasingly turbulent coil of white steam. Genzo, with cracks, but continues to get slower and slower. Steam is everywhere now, curling and twisting on every side of the boat. Some of it even drifted out through the gaps of the wood beneath our feet. Another shudder. The shrink of the wheel collapses in on itself, followed by a groan of as the entire left half begins tilting inward. The boat comes to a complete and undeniable stop. Little tendrils of panic begin creeping up beneath my collar. Get the feeling that maybe the collector is alive and this is his revenge. We stopped. Hey, we got this. We'll figure something out, yeah? Genzo starts forward the other side of the boat, seeing I in our proximity to the shore. There's no way. Too far. Looking through this much stuff would be a death wish. Genzo starts pounding his fist against the railing in thought, almost something beneath his breath. Another shudder. This one feels different. This was slowly crumbling to death shudder and more of it. Something just hit the boat's shudder. Uh-oh. Twist my heel, glancing around, gaze flicking from one side of the boat to the next. In the midst of the pursuit, I notice where we are. Forest to our left has given way to a wide expanse of cleared land, and a strange yellow hillock covered in what appears to be slowly smoking trash. Gut twist in discomfort. Slowly swirling spiral of dread working its way up my spine. Boat creaks, groans. I let my gaze drop to the floorboards, head cocking to the side as I watch the stream sneak its way out through the gaps. Once. Then, when a violent crack rips through the bottom of the boat. Oh, yep, he's still alive. Great. Massive black tentacle bursts through the wood. Don't even have a chance to step back. Shoots upwards less than a centimetre from the tip of my nose, sending my bangers whirl. Vision is filled with it, all writhing fleshy mass of undulating sinew and slimy membranes. Eggs! This is me in an instant, grabbing the arm of my jacket and yanking me backwards. Stand there, staring at a tentacle. It stares back. Curls in seemingly befuddlement, then bolts forward. There's a football tackles me to the ground and out of the way just as the tip of the tentacle whips through the air where we once stood. This fucking thing. His brows are furrowed as long as I can barely see his eyes. Can we not get a single fucking break? He's back to his feet and charges at the thing. Hard to explain exactly what occurs next. 1 second, Genzo is running at it. Next, he's let straight on top of it, pinning it to the ground and wrestling with it in flailing head. Twists it between his hands as though strangling a snake, which seems to stop it for a moment. He jumps to his feet and brings his shoe down hard on the limp appendage. 1 stomp. 2. Put descends in a boat railing hears that send the tentacle writhing and lists one gooey spelch after another. 5 or 6 of their sounding thumps. Tentacle stops moving, lying inert in a growing puddle of mysterious wetness. Lower my hands, gazing somewhat awestruck upon Genzo's huffing form. You wrestled a giant tentacle? For me? Genzo glances up, looks away. A touch of pink graced his cheeks. I, don't know about wrestled. More like fought for my dear life, but... Oh, you got another one to wrestle for me, you say? I'm missing a beat. A heaving creak rocks the boat. A rapid-fire series of snaps. Second tentacle bursts through the floor between us. Gotta be fucking kidding me. Back up. Back. Heart pounding, brain screaming. Another crack, this time to my right. Leap backwards, right before a third tentacle nearly impales me right up in the middle. Pulling straight on my ass to the deck. Roll away towards the edge of the boat. Only to see tentacles crawling out the side and curling around the railing. Stagger back to my feet, hard like a steam engine chugging away in my chest. They're everywhere. Toss a glance at Genzo, who's currently going toe-to-toe with one bisecting length of the ship. He's got one hand wrapped around its tip, and the other wrenches the head of the screwdriver into a slick skin. I start backing out towards the half-class water wheel at the end of the boat. I should help. I should do something. Squeeze my eyes shut, then back open. What can I do? Can't do anything. Everyone always has to protect me. Feel the boat shudder beneath me, again and again. A long, low creak reverberates up through my legs and my spine. We're not getting out of here, are we? Even if we somehow manage to get through this obstacle will surely claim us. The place is an unending nightmare. We keep throwing ourselves back in it like gluttons for punishment. A guttural sense of dread is working its way out through my bowels, extending through my chest, up into my neck, my chin, and my eyes. Shuddering is all around me now, boat creaking and groaning like the Titanic about to go down. Just going to keep dying and dying and dying. Dying until we can't take it anymore. Dying until it drives us mad. Watch Genzo attack on the nearest tentacle as another slithers over the railing to grab it at his ankle. What's the point? What's the point in any of this? No, stop it. My hands to my head, palms pressed against my ears. Not doing this again. Not gonna let you do this again. Squeeze harder and harder. The harder I feel like my brain's gonna pop out. Get out of my head. Get out of my head. Get out of my head. At that moment, wheel behind me explodes. Crackling and tearing, the whole fucking back of the boat, routing into bits of chipped, scrapped wood, shoot upwards like a fountain of debris. Then tentacles follow. 8, 9, 10, so many of them, like one giant mass emerging from the watery depths. And as they rise, the boat tips backwards, tilting with a horrific groan, sending Genzo and I slipping and sliding on the inclined surface. I lose my balance, go flying, into the half-collapsed overhang of the boat, as Genzo lashes on to one of the benches. Then I can stare at it. Stare at the wriggling worm-like throngs, spreading out across my vision. That's when it comes for me. 2 of the tentacles whip forward, circling my waist and my neck, and lifting me up towards the sky. Iggy! Can't even turn to look again so. My whole body rushed in increasingly unnatural angles as more and more the black snake latched on. I tried to tug against them, tried to pull my chin and mouth free of their mucus slick skin, but they called tighter, so tight I can barely breathe, barely think. I feel myself begin being tipped forward, backwards, and to the side, almost as though being studied. I groan in discomfort as I feel the sticky wetness drip in heaping globus down my skin. Close my eyes, open them, and glance towards the far shore. The shore with the yellow hillbeck. That's when I see it. Standing there, completely innocuous, just staring up at me. No. I try to turn my eyes away, but I can't. No. Panic cinches around my heart as my body goes cold. Still can't look away. Eyes are glued to it. It has me. Cocks his head to one side. Then it changes. Don't know how to explain it. Only that the body seems to open up all at once. 100,000 layers of 100,000 emptiness of 100,000 universes. All that enters my head, enters my mind, enters my synapses. Then everything goes dark. Oh, what now? It's white. All around me is white. Where am I? What am I? I can't see myself. Can't feel myself. Am I floating? Can't even tell. Moving my body provides no sensory response. It's bright though. So fucking bright. I want to close my eyes to block it out, but I can't. Can't turn it off. Can't look away. It's all around me. Part of me. I am nothing. Pause for a moment. Pause on my thoughts. But I can't tell if there's a moment or 500 moments. One empty thought to the next. I don't want to be here. I'm so alone. Nothing but me in this endless world of white. When will it end? It can't end. Not even here. Just a formless gathering of nerves. Feeling when you hit your elbow. Tingly. I just want to go home. I want to exist again. Someone to look at me. Smile at me. Tell me I'm okay. White. So much white. It's when I feel it. A touch. I can feel it on my non-existent arm. Is it real? Well, not real. How could it be real? But when I focus on it, I feel grounded. Maybe I am real. Reach out. Yes, that's my hand. I can see it. I swear I can see it. Reach out, searching, groping, wanting that touch, needing that touch. Don't leave me. Don't leave me here all alone. I just want to belong. Fingers. Feel them on mine. Clear on my hand now. A non-existent smile forms on my non-existent face. I could cry from it. Cry from that touch. Take me back. Take me back. Take me back, take me back, take me... Gasp, eyes snap open. Guess is looking down at me. Over me. Where am I? Laying somewhere? Laying where? What happened? What's going on? Face must look like a ghost. Eyes wide and blinking. Lips trembling as I take in breaths. I feel as though I haven't taken in hours. But above me, Gens's face is soft and relieved. Feels something I can't quite place. Pain, tiredness. Damn, didn't think that would actually work. Mothers, so softly I almost don't hear him. Maybe I'm good for something after all. I see him smile. Faintest, tiniest little smile. His eyes fully closed, and he collapses. Lands half on my shoulder and half on the ground. Looks like a potato's pinning my right side against the dirt. Then he just lies there, motionless. Takes me a second to find my thoughts. I races to piece together the current situation, but there's nothing to explain it, nothing to connect the dots. I throw a shaky glance at Genzo, who appears to be out cold. Shit. Push myself out with a wince. Body strangely stiff, Genzo rolls off to the side. Genzo? Now I'm the one over him. Give his shoulder a shake, gently slapping his cheek. Genzo? He's unresponsive, just lax. Sweat bangs clinging to his forehead. His eye bubbles up in my belly to pop in my lungs. He's not dead, is he? Can't be dead. Lean forward, much too scared at what I'll discover. Hold my ear next to his lips. No, he's breathing. Thank fucking God. But then what? I sit back up, I see it. His legs. Hands are shredded and torn, invisible through the thread-bane holes and pink splotchy. My chalky burns opposite gooey red blemishes, and a nauseating checkered board of acid-streaked abrasions. Bring a hand to my mouth to stifle the gasp. Finally turn my gaze to our surroundings, hoping for an answer, desperate for an answer. Surrounded by trees, small clearing of sorts. When I follow the tarry streaks of black that lead away from Genzo's shoes, some kind of breadcrumb trail in the dirt, my eyes hit water. The river. Not far away, through a sparse patch of trees to our left. Then, peer back at Genzo's legs. A bit of white singed fabric, tinted with black. Tears start burning my eyes before I can stop them. Stupid. Drop my fist on Genzo's chest. Stupid, stupid. Once, twice, again and again. Pounding his stupid fucking chest as tears run rivulets down my cheeks. Why do you always have to be so stupid? Pound until the energy fades and my arms and shoulders sag, my body slumps inward. Silent then, just sitting there as I wait for the tears to stop. What happened? Can't remember a thing. Not even vague images. Just white. Complete and utter white. Then I shot a breath, then blinked back at the watery veil. I had to stay calm. I had to stay focused. Guess I need someone to take care of him. Needs me to take care of him. Take his hat off and place it carefully beneath his, wiping his hair back and out of his face. Then took his jacket off, draped it across his front like a blanket. That'll help? I wince. Then moved my hands to my newly exposed arms. Not sure if it's just a sudden loss of warmth, or exactly that cold, but I feel myself shiver slightly. It's getting chilly, and dark too. Glance up at the leafy veil above our heads. Sky's starting to dim. It'll be dark soon. Damn. Thought of being all alone in dark, or cold, dark woods is definitely not appealing. And not good for Genzo either. Could get sick. Worse. Pound the heel of my hand against my forehead, thinking. Ah. Maybe lightning striking me. Digging the pocket of Genzo's coat. Fingers curling around his lighter. Yes, I can do this. So something. I can make things right for once. Push myself to my feet with a little wobble. Tuck the lighter into my bare pocket, then get to work. Got a fire to make. Hopefully this won't attract whatever other monstrosities are in this world. 15 minutes later, I got a good-sized pile of twigs and leaves sheltered beneath an assemblage of sticks. There, it doesn't take too long for the fire to get going. That's not small, but I try to strategically place some of the twigs and sticks to get more pieces smoking. Soon I got some more impressive flame going. One even my dad would have been proud of, or something. As I drag into as close to it as it feels safe, sit down myself, taking my knees up towards my chest with a sigh. Body feels exhausted. Now that I don't have any more pressing tasks to attend to, I try again to remember what happened, digging into dark recesses of my mind. But there's still nothing. A single image, flash, sound, smell, a vague hint of what happened after I blacked out. Not blacked out, wide out. Is that even a thing? Rubbing my eyes so hard, dizzy colored dots dance across my vision, suddenly staring into the fire. Flickers and shimmers across the black expanse of the surrounding woods. An orange dancer in the dark. Heat is welcome. Heavy chill was settled down on top of the trees with the loss of the sun. The fire-warm glow nestles against my skin like my grandma's old quilt. I'm instantly taken back to my parents' living room. Winter, snow, fireplace. I'm curled up in front of it, just watching the flames for hours. Heat would snap at my cheeks. I'd be sitting too close, but I wouldn't care. I stayed until my cheeks turned as rosy as the baubles in the nearby tree. I rest my chin on my knees, denim rough against my skin. Suddenly wish I could turn back time. Not to the start of the loop, but to before. Long before things had gotten so complicated. I pause, furrow my brows. Complicated. No, things had always been complicated. Just hadn't known at the time, had we? Hadn't known a lot of things. Gunter gives a little moan next to me. I snap out my thoughts, through him a worried glance. Face looks strained, features grey and taunt. I crawl over him to his forehead. Fingers grow warm to the touch. Fuck. Lean back into a squat. Chin buried beneath my knees and just stare at him. Fuck. What am I supposed to do? I feel so utterly useless. Is he warm enough? I see him shivering. He needs to stay warm, goddammit. Put my forehead against my kneecap, again and again. Why can't you just wake up and tell me what to do? You always know what to do. I can use my shirt or use my body heat. Alright, you know what option I'm going for. Close my eyes. Press my lips together. Then raise my head with a look of determination. I mean, we both gotta stay warm, so not letting you fucking die. You shake it with something that's not quite fear, not quite not. Crawl over to his side, and gently, ever so gently, slide beneath his jacket to join him. Aww. It's warm next to him. Now bring my arm across his chest, face burrowed into his shoulder. Don't die. You can't die. Curl inward, trying my best to cover as much of him as I can. Almost like some kind of human blanket. I feel his neck, cold and clammy against my forehead. I need you. Sudden thought, sudden realization tugs at something deep down in the recesses of my brain. I feel my eyes well up. I've always needed you. As I face into the fabric of his shirt, breathing it in, breathing him in. Don't leave me all alone. I close my eyes with a shudder. Chest moves up and down beneath my arms, soft undulating rhythm. Peaceful, soothing. My own cocoon of warmth, just me and him, curled up beneath a jacket in the middle of the dark woods. I feel my lingering anxiety, one constantly squirming and twisting beneath my consciousness, finally begin to recede. The breaths are slowing now. Warm, heavy puffs of air that sink into the fabric against his shirt. Doesn't take long after that for the numbness of sleep to claim me.